when you go hiking, you don't keep anything like to defend yourself. If you meet a mountain lion or a bear.
Or rapist.
God damn it.
It could happen, dude.
No, not really. Well, dude. That's what I'm scared about. But most people are like, dude, you're not gonna see any wildlife.
Hey, that don't matter.
Birds
RNG, come
birds
on.
and snakes. And then when I see a fucked up tree, and then it's like that's a bear did that, right?
A bear did that.
No, 2 bears did that.
Who the fuck? 2 bears. But yeah, it's wildlife isn't. I'm still scared about it, but for the most part, everyone that's been on a trail around here said that it's nothing to worry about until you're like really, really like in there, like in the thick of it. Like if you're away from public trails and you're doing like free trailing, then that's when you should probably be scared. Or
better be safe than sorry. Come on now.
Yeah, but like if there's a bear, what are you gonna do? I mean, actually, wait, isn't there like bear spray or some shit?
Yeah.
Does that even
Bear
work?
mace.
I don't know. I mean, better than nothing.
You know how close you have to be to a bear?
Oh fucking! You only get 1 shot, dude. You miss, you're fucked.
That's why you carry a handgun with you, dude. Come on now.
Actually, when we go camping, that's when everyone's gonna bring a gun except for me because I don't have one.
Damn,
But
dude. Protect.
Nothing. Borrow one, dude.
Borrow one.
Bring a Charizard
maybe.
A Charizard card.
For protection.
Colorado's pretty strict. Kind of strict.
Is it?
Well, it's a blue
Like-
state, I guess. Kind of. Yes, I feel like it would.
Like you can't have like a gun with like more than like a certain amount of rounds. So it limits the type how much ammo you can actually have.
I mean, it's
But
for a bear.
shit. Exactly with a bear. Maybe you need all you can get.
In between the eyes, boys.
Curve the bullet.
But yeah, no, that's where I've been this past week for the most part. And then I was pretty much playing a shit ton of games. I recently beat The Last of Us Part 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
You finally beat him?
So finally, I mean,
Final Fantasy 7, yeah. I mean, finally.
I wanted to beat that. I actually beat that actually around 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. today.
Damn.
So it's pretty fresh.
You only went to bed for like what?
Yeah.
5 hours, 6 hours?
No, well, I was up till 3.
Oh, no.
Pendeja.
So he didn't let. Well, I wanted to take a nap on purpose because I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna like power through. So, yeah, maybe we can talk about those things later if you guys want. I mean, I just have opinions, pretty good opinions
We can
about
talk
them.
about them now. I mean, what have you guys been playing?
Pokemon Sword. I decided to the expansion's out. I feel like I wanna get in on that. So I decided to finish the rest of whatever I had left. I want to say
Is it a lot or what?
Not like what, the expansion or like the game.
I guess
I don't
both
know what
together.
you're trying to beat.
The
Were you
game
trying to
felt
get to
pretty
the
short.
expansion?
Yeah, I was trying to get to the expansion. Like, I guess I could have played it without beating the game, but I kind of wanted to finish that shit off first and not have to worry about starting another like chapter in the game. But the game felt pretty short. From what I remember, like all the other games, they always had like this elaborate story and elaborate like way of reaching the legendary Pokemon. But this one was pretty short. Like they talk about them, they never really show them until like the last like 5-10 minutes of the game, where you run into this forest and you recover some items, and then they come and help you later on. And that's about it. They don't really. I don't know. As far as I can tell, maybe I'm missing something, but it was pretty short. Not very.
Like
It was
what,
different
like a
from.
30-hour game or?
I think I put like maybe like 15 hours into the game.
That's it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I think it was like about.
Game?
I
awful.
guess I don't know, like maybe like 18. Because right now I'm sitting at 22 hours of playtime, but you know
What
I'm
level are
obviously
your
gonna be.
Pokemon?
I have a couple hundreds.
Average. Already?
I
Fuck.
I transferred them from my Pokemon. Let's Go
Oh,
Pikachu.
Oh, of course.
so
Yeah,
they're already
right.
at
And
that
you
level.
everybody knows. Let's Go Pikachu. The leveling them is fucking. It's piss easy, dude. You can get like a whole team of level hundreds in like maybe 5 hours.
Is there like a purity thing where like I don't know, like transferring Pokemon, like did you do that right away as soon as you started the game, or was it like something you
Oh no,
decided on later?
I transferred them over when I started the Elite Four, just because I wanted to fucking just steamroll through them and then start the expansion. Yeah.
Was the game already easy enough, I hear, though? Probably get
um,
away with it.
I wouldn't say. Yeah, it was pretty easy, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy to the point of like just you're steamrolling like Let's Go Pikachu. That game was just baby mode fucking game.
No, yeah.
But this one it's like I don't know, as long as you go and capture a Pokemon that's that's strong against the next gym, you should be fine. It's like it's not a new it's
Yeah.
not anything new. That's what I just did is like, oh, fairy type gym coming up. Let's go get a poison type. And I just fucking just roll through those gyms and shit. That's
So you
all. I mean,
just what
that's any strategy that in
were you
any
like
game.
were you one-shotting shit at that?
I mean, I wouldn't say I wasn't one-shotting things. So I was like maybe like 2 or 3 levels higher than like the gyms. But
Okay.
but I mean, the fact that I'm using a super effective moves against the Pokemon. I mean, I was pretty much like one shot or two shotting them. So it's like I wouldn't say it was easy, but I mean, it was. You just
Easier
gotta know
than
the
the other
strategies,
ones,
dude.
right?
I guess, yeah,
I don't know, I just heard it's a
kind of.
pretty well, it's easier than like, obviously, there's some common sense you have to use, and there's effectiveness, but,
Absolutely.
um, it's not that hard.
Yeah, but the game doesn't end here. I'm gonna go finish the Pokédex. And I wanted
Are
to
you?
oh fuck yeah, dude. I did it
Oh,
for Ultra
shit.
Sun, and Sun as well. Completed the Pokédex, and
Not complete if you don't have the shinies.
that's not, dude. That's not part of the. That's not even part of it,
Shinies,
dude.
shinies,
Shiny.
Fuck no, dude.
shinies.
No one's gonna get a living dex of shiny Pokemon, dude. You know how fucking hard that would be. Fuck
Easy,
no,
easy
dude.
hacks.
I think we're arguing about this at some point, or Asoy
What?
brought this bullshit
What?
No.
What?
about shinies and collecting them. I'm like, dude, there's no way. There's actually somebody you could see that attempted it, and I think they made. I think a lot of people traded and gave it to him or some shit. But
I know. I
um,
know the easiest way. Well, one of the easiest ways is only on fucking Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They're literally like it has the best RNG for shinies, but
It's because
like
yeah,
they give you a charm at the end that
yeah.
if you complete the Pokédex, they give you a charm to increase highly increase the rate of Pokemon. Same with Pokemon Sword. They'll give you once you complete the Pokédex, they'll give you the charm.
Oh,
hmm.
nice. They
Do you have a
And they
shiny?
did that in Pokemon Ultra Sun as well.
you have a shiny?
I have a couple.
A cool shiny. It can't be like a
No, like
Zubat.
like
I have
from
a
Sun and Moon,
from Sun and
or
Moon.
not from Sun and Moon, from fucking
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Oh, Sword and Shield now.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have any shinies yet.
Oof.
I don't really hunt for Pokemon until after I beat the game, and I just beat it like not that long ago. So, I
Cool.
mean,
What do you,
once I complete the Pokédex, maybe. But I want to finish the National Dex first. Out of like 800 plus Pokemon, I have like 600 of them, so I'm not that far off from completing the National Dex.
So what's your opinion, dude? What's your rating for Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield, it's not my favorite. It's an interesting take, especially with it being on a new system. I like how expansive the world is, and I like those like I want to call them safari zones, but those fuck, what are they called? Like
What's not
that
that
big
called?
ass area. It's like that big ass area where you can go through like those Dynamax raids. Those are pretty cool. Those are
oh,
pretty cool.
I know what you're talking about.
And like
Raid only
I think
zone,
it's pretty
pretty
cool
much.
because like you can change the camera angle around you, and it's just a large exploration, and each like area has its own like biome. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
that sounds
I
pretty cool.
mean,
I mean, they
it's
have
an
some good ideas, but
right, but I mean, I don't
half
know.
of them are trash. Okay.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite game, but I don't know. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
they could
fair.
have done a lot better, especially with no national decks included. I mean, with the whole expansions, they're releasing more Pokemon into the game where you can transfer them from others. Like I was trying to transfer a Pidgeot and a Nidoqueen from my Let's Go Pikachu over to the game, but then I forgot that it's like, oh no, you can't because those don't exist in the game. It's like, okay, well, fuck you then.
So, would you recommend somebody who hasn't touched Pokemon to come back to this, or?
I mean, it's a good first game. They still have a shit ton of Pokemon in them. It's just that certain ones can't be transferred over yet. And I can imagine
Yeah,
eventually they'll release more expansions besides the 2 that are coming out. To release even more Pokemon. It kind of sucks that they
maybe.
pay extra money just to be able to have that luxury.
Yeah, let us know how the expansion goes once you
Yeah,
play it.
yeah. I've been playing it for a little bit, kind of exploring. I haven't touched on a lot of the stuff going on there. Only just been kind of running around doing like one thing,
Mm-hmm.
trying out the Dynamax raids. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's what I've been
Cool.
playing.
Cool. What about you, Sway? So, what the hell you been doing since I kind of dropped Valorant for now. I've been single player
Burned
games,
out,
but
dude.
Saw that? This
no,
guy just attacked me.
no,
What
I'm
the hell
saying
have you
I don't
been
know.
doing?
I don't know if you have, but
No,
I'm not really burnt out. I just needed to play Last of Us, and then I got thinking about Final Fantasy because I was halfway fucking through, and I'm like, why don't I just beat this?
Right.
And then yeah, pretty much that. But yeah, I don't know because that's what we've all been playing like for the last 2 weeks for the most part. But
No,
what
I've
are
been
you
playing
been up to?
just Valorant, uh, and Smite. I can't talk
Mm.
about the other game.
Oh, sorry. Wait. For Smite, have they released the Avatar?
No, that's on
shit
July
yet?
like 1st or 2nd.
Woo! That's pretty cool.
I don't
Are
know.
you gonna
It
get
is
them?
cool.
I'll think about it.
Dude, you
It's
have to, dude. Stream it, dude. I want to watch.
Yeah, I don't want to buy it.
I'm
I'll
a
give you money
fucking
to buy it.
sub to your game, dude.
How much?
I'm a sub to your channel, dude.
I
Fucking give
know.
me the
I mean,
content that I want.
dude, oh my god, I did so good on Valorant without you down. I'm just letting you know.
Ooh, damn, dude. He's calling you. He's fucking saying you're holding him down, dude.
No, I'm not saying that.
Nah,
I'm just like, it's just weird because
you just
I'm not like,
because the Elo, plays them with trash people.
no, what was it? No, it was just I did some crazy shit the other day. It's just some crazy play.
Must have not been that crazy, bro. You don't
Yep.
remember?
No, I was like the last person alive. I killed like 2 people, rotated to B. Forgot what map this was. This is the one where you can close the door with that lever and like that like
Oh
wooden
yeah,
launch.
yeah.
Yeah. And like there were 2 people that heard my footsteps and I was Sage, so I made a wall, revived this guy, and like me and him were the last people alive. We were defending the fuck out of that shit. And luckily we defended it long enough to where like when they tried to fuse it, because we both ended up dying. We killed the one person
Yeah.
and we ended up still winning, but it was nice. It was good. Shit. Even my
Cool,
boy,
man.
even
You
my
touched
boys
you
on my
touched
team.
ranked at all? Rank just came out a few days
No.
ago.
No, I'm not
Ooh.
gonna hop on that.
Why not?
Why
Not
not? Dude, we need to figure it out.
not without the boys.
The
I'm not
boys.
gonna
Wait,
I'm
They're
not
never
gonna
getting
solo
on, dude.
queue.
has anybody else been playing with you or no?
I know Burst has been playing. I haven't seen Chapo
Oh,
or
wow.
anybody else, but
But no one really plays together.
yeah. So I'm just like, they're like, oh, let me know. I'm just here.
But no, I think I'll start playing tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, and then Smite.
Maybe
Some
tonight.
rank, dude.
Oh, dude.
No, I have to clear the rust. It's been a week since I've aimed at anything.
Play some ranked Smite, dude.
No.
Oh,
Dude,
not even
who
I do
does
that.
that?
Not even I do that. Ooh,
Cool.
That is awful. Right now,
I'm just gonna about Final Fantasy 7 quick.
quick.
I feel like I want to rant about Last of Us, but Final Fantasy 7 remake. I recently beat it. Have you guys played the original Final Fantasy 7?
No.
Yes.
No.
Did I beat it? No.
Neither did I. But I do remember specifically because this is part 1 of the remake. But I did beat the original game like the same setting.
Yeah.
So like this is pretty much disc 1 of the game. So I did beat disc 1 of the original Final Fantasy 7. So the remake, it's pretty crazy. So it's damn good at being a remake, like seeing all the characters, all the dialogue, and see them like hit like the main story beats and everything. It's just like it was pretty awesome. Like the remake to me is like it's just good. Like it's not turn-based combat anymore. Obviously, like we have it's kind of like an what the hell would you even call it? An action RPG, more so,
Yeah.
where you could like
guess.
move around. It's not because
Yeah.
I think I would have been a fan if it was turn-based, but it's fine that you can move around. You can still pause time and like play it like it's turn-based and do activity, like do things. But for the most part, dude, the game was solid. I wouldn't say that I liked the game all the way through though. Like there's some really slow parts in the middle and towards the middle end that I just wanted. In my opinion, I felt like there was a lot of like kind of not really filler because it was in the original game, but there was a lot of shit I just didn't care about. Like once Cloud, like maybe I'm not a big enough fan as some other people, but once Cloud got into like um the section where he was in the wall market where in the original game and in this game he does like cross dressing. um he he does like it's all part of the story, and that whole section of like that whole town I just didn't care. It just felt like a big like side quest really to me personally. It didn't feel like I needed to get through it to get to the main story quest, but once I visited like Shinra HQ, which is the bad guy's headquarters, that's when it actually got picked up, and it's really really good. But dude, that fucking ending, holy shit.
Hey,
It's
no spoilers.
I'm not spoiling, but goddamn, like you thought this was Final Fantasy,
Hey,
and then
no
so
spoilers.
I'm not spoiling this way. You thought it would be like 7. That's what you think all the way up to the end, and they're doing some crazy shit. They're doing some crazy shit this way.
No spoilers, please.
I'm just giving you. I'm just letting people know.
Done
Are
spoilers,
you
dude.
gonna play it, dude? You're not gonna play the PS4. I mean, you're not even gonna buy a PS. I
Walk
mean, you have a PS4,
through.
right?
I asked you if you had a physical copy so I could play it because I just don't want to buy it, to be honest.
Dan, they're not even a fan of the game, dude.
Hey, I'm a fan, but I'm also a fan of money. I'm more of a fan of money.
Damn it. Because, dude, I got into some spoiler cast territories, and like the game has a little bit for everyone. So if you're new to the game, it's a great ride from beginning to end. If you're a huge fan, you're gonna appreciate like the little nuances and the soundtracks that are triggering at certain moments of the game that you can like go back and point to like other shit, which is kind of crazy. And then it's perfect for everyone. Like if whether you're an old fan or a new fan, I feel like you'll find something for you in this game.
There you go, Alex. Don't play it, dude.
I
But
think Final
damn.
Fantasy 14 is enough.
You think Final Fantasy
Well,
14 is enough?
if you want a true single player experience, Remake is by far like I would recommend it to anyone. It's really casual. It's pretty casual. It's not that hard. I played a normal difficulty. Took me 40 hours to beat it.
Damn.
A normie for fucking normal,
Dude, the game's not that long. My brother beat it in 30.
Oh,
Dude,
but
he's fucking mashing fucking mashing shit through the fucking
skipping
dialogue and shit.
side quests.
No, cause like it's weird, cause like I did all the side quests. I collected all the materia. I collected all the weapons. I got all the summons. They don't give this stuff to you. It's just something you have to put work outside of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to collect some of the things. But there are a lot of things that I missed too. Like I didn't do all the Coliseum stuff. Shinra HQ has like a BR place that you can do like challenges like the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do any of that either. So there's still like a chunk of it that I missed, but for the most part, I was pretty content with what I had. I'm like, this is good. Like I have mostly everything in the game to help
Right.
me. But no, yeah, I'm leaning towards my brother's opinion of the game because me and him are like casual Final Fantasy VII fans, and I more or less give it like an 8 out of 10.
Casual.
But if we, dude, I would love to talk about the ending to somebody, but
Not here.
Do it anyways. This is the podcast.
No. The podcast, not the spoiler cast.
Can I be vague about it? I want to be vague about it.
Sure, be vague about it. But if you're not vague enough, I'm gonna kick your ass.
So, the whole game.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you right now, Josue's never gonna play this.
The whole game, you're expected that this is a remake of Sway. Okay.
Okay.
And then, like literally the last segment of the game, it's just like, what are we doing? Where are we going? Right? Like, like, why did they decide to go this route? And that's what I want to talk to somebody because like after I beat it, I sat through Maximilian this way. He did a spoiler cast with Easy Allies, and the shit that they discuss because they're hardcore Final Fantasy fans. Everything that they fucking discussed, I think they practically spoiled the second and third game. And
if there's a third game, we don't know that yet.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be 3.
Hey, we don't know that. We don't know that.
We're all pretty sure.
No.
Depends how long they take, but there's gonna be 3. Sway, fucking play this game, dude.
Hey, you got a physical
copy? Oh my god, you have no clue.
Where's that physical copy at?
Crisis Core.
You're never gonna play it, dude. I'm never gonna play it.
Sway, Crisis Core. If you even love Crisis Core, you'll play it. That's not spoilers. I'm just telling you. They reference Crisis Core.
Did I need to know that? That's a spoiler.
No. Not in the way that you think. It's just like you gain an appreciation.
I'm about to exit out of this. I can't do this.
Sway, stop, dude. You're never gonna play it. Come on.
How is Crisis Core not canon? That's all I'm saying.
It originally wasn't canon. Okay.
Well, it is now.
Hey.
You want to know what else is canon?
No, please. You can't be spoiling these.
What is canon? What's canon?
The movie.
Bum.
That's all I'm gonna say, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't even know what that means, so you don't even know what any of this means.
What do you mean?
Stop acting like you even know.
What do you mean? I've seen enough thumbnails to know what's going on.
See?
Oh no.
So go buy the damn game, dude.
Dude, I'm not gonna buy it.
Go watch it.
There you go. Cecil, spoil it. He's never gonna fucking play it, dude.
We need to be able to fucking talk about this, dude. This pisses me off. I want to talk to the audience too, who beat in the game. We can put a little spoiler thing, but next time with Sway, if you don't watch it, I'm gonna talk about the ending because I want to bring it up.
I need.
Then you heard him right now. Dude. He's not gonna buy it.
How much is it right now? Let's see.
$60.
$60. Probably. $60. I'm just saying, dude. This is the hard part because like, it's great that we have somebody like Alex who doesn't care about spoilers. Yep. So it only requires 2 of us to know what the fuck is going on.
Oh no! How much is it, please?
The Sway. It's so.
I just need some time. $54. Oh.
Need
fucking
some time.
Sway, dude.
I gotta buy the.
You just buy it, dude.
Oh, Sway, I want to say something else too.
Dude, please.
Don't say it, dude.
I've already spoiled myself.
No, but
I spoiled myself enough because of these.
Okay, tell me
spoilers.
what you know. Tell me what you know.
No, I can't.
And we can talk about that.
What do you can't say it?
I already know it.
Okay. I already knew that Crisis Core was gonna be canon because I watched a fucking scene by accident by clicking on a video. And
yeah, the badass CG scene of Zack.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, that was gorgeous. That was awesome.
Yes, I don't want to talk anymore. I feel disappointed because I wanted that to
But
be
this
a
game,
secret.
yeah. Well, too bad. Well, I mean, it's
And,
not.
and then
I
fucking
expected it.
and then I saw somebody pretty much put a TLDR of fucking Maximilian's video.
You read that comment?
I, well,
Scrolling on
I was
comments.
just scrolling like, oh, what's this about? Because I wanted to see like if maybe people won't
What are
spoil
these
anything.
spoilers about?
Fucking
dumbass.
play, dude.
Oh, well, this is probably just a different universe, pretty much.
All right. So what they say?
Uh,
Oh, like a reimagining, right?
no, like
No.
like a side universe, and then this is a different universe, and that he's trying to make all these.
So you know.
universes
So
blend
you know
together.
about time. You know about time.
Stop! That's how I'm like,
Dude, you practically know it. You practically.
see, and then that's how I'm like, I know all this stuff. Why should I play the game?
There you go.
I'll just watch a playthrough somewhere.
There you go. See,
Well,
there you
who,
go.
who would you guys recommend? Because I don't. My YouTuber doesn't really want to do Final Fantasy VII because I kind of missed a train on that. He just came back from like a hiatus of 5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know of any good Let's Players. What about you guys? You guys know anybody?
Nope.
No, I don't watch Let's Players. I'm not 12.
Excuse me.
Fucking Adan, dude.
Oh.
Adan's not poor, dude.
Have you seen his room, dude?
Dude, it's so practically knows it. I can talk about it. We can talk about it now.
Please,
There you go.
please,
See, let's go. Come on.
Please, no.
No, like I won't tell you specifically what happened. I'm just gonna give you the grand feeling of this game.
I pretty much know what happens in The Last of Us 2, goddammit.
Okay, so you know, Final Fantasy VII is a reimagining,
Yes.
and that there is a lot of like time branches being introduced. So we're getting a story of these characters fighting against the original Final Fantasy VII timeline and actually splitting off, which is crazy. It's fucking like
creating like a
because
paradox.
it was following it. Yeah. So they essentially create a paradox, and you learn about why it's happening throughout the game. So you actually, it's really cool. Like as a remake, well, it's not really a remake, but it is. But it's complicated. It's like at this point, they're saying, hey, all the original events in Final Fantasy VII Remake, we're gonna go against that because they get visions of the original game.
Yeah. And so they try to like fucking go against that shit and fucking.
Yeah, and they're fighting fate itself. And you actually learn that there's bosses and shit, but it gets crazy.
And then Aerith, she's not dying today, boys. Oh no.
Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows, bro?
See, because the only reason I speculated that was because in the original game, there's still like code where in certain locations, Aerith's dialogue was supposed to be there, and it wasn't. And obviously, you can't play as Aerith in there. It was like in some like cave in like some like cave system. I can't remember where. I'm not good with Final Fantasy VII, but all I know is that dialogue was left for Aerith in those places, which means originally Aerith was supposed to last throughout the game until they made that scene, where obviously
it's crazy, bro. Like, dude, like I said, if you ever play it or watch it, like, watch that spoiler cast with Maximilian. This fucker goes from like, he calls them like fan levels or like levels, and he goes from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and the theories get more and more batshit crazy, but they make sense for what's going on in the game. So like I'm telling you, dude, it's awesome that these guys actually took the chance and decided to play with the original story, but then like saying that the original Final Fantasy remake is pretty much the bad ending.
Yeah, which makes sense. I feel like
crazy. Well, yeah, because like when I bring up Advent Children being canon and like because that's essentially the sequel, like what happens after the original game, and then apparently from the original director, he said that the original Final Fantasy VII, essentially, what happens to humanity like 500 years into the future, he said that they all die.
Yeah.
But like
yeah, I mean,
everyone dies. Like
you get that vision of you get that perspective.
Yeah, like
of Red 13 when they go off and look at not Shinra. What is it? The whole where everybody lives. What's that called again?
Midgar.
Yeah, Midgar. There we go. Where they go visit Midgar, and Midgar is just in ruins. I think it's like 500.
Oh no, but Yeah, but apparently he says that human civilization's gone. Like a meteor pretty
Yeah,
much killed the Earth.
yeah.
Um,
This was
like
kind of
the whole
speculated.
planet is dead.
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
dead too. Oh no.
yeah, but pretty much like 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 it's weird because like Final Fantasy 7 remake or Final Fantasy I read the original FF7. Um, it characters die. It's not the best ending. It's pretty crap. Like it's pretty bad. And then at the end of the day, uh, the planet's destroyed. So people still love the game, obviously, and everything to do with it. But this time they're trying to like change fate and they're trying to like rewrite history, and it's brought a lot of ideas. So it's it's something new. Like I think I would have rather they did this than just tell the original story beat for beat. I feel like this is exciting. This gets people thinking. This gets people throwing out theories, whether or not what we do is going to change anything. So there's a lot of like convoluted like time bullshit people are talking about. But I'm excited. I'm more excited now for the second and third game because like they don't explain anything in the first game. If you're a casual fan, you don't know any of this. But like these people that are putting the pieces together, kind of like Bloodborne levels or like Souls levels with like subtext and meaning, dialogue, uh, certain like music playing when like certain sections of music are playing in the game or references that just don't make sense. You're like, why is this theme playing at this section of this game? In the original game, this theme played because somebody died, and now it's playing somewhere else. Crazy. Um, so like I said, Asway, you can go down a lot of levels.
Go down the rabbit hole of spoilers.
It's awesome.
Do you need to play any of the? Is there any like previous games you need to play before like number 7, or is number 7
Not
like
really.
good to just jump right into?
They're all each Final Fantasy is different from each other. So
Oh yeah.
if you play 6, it's a completely different story. If you play 7, completely different story.
Yeah, because the thing about the original FF7 is when you were playing it, they introduced all these characters and reference characters that they don't even talk about until part 2, where you essentially go through a lot of people's hometowns. You learn a lot about lore about the villains. So right now, like the original and the remake are doing the same purpose, where they're just trying to build this world and referencing things you shouldn't know about yet. If you're a new player, you won't know about it. But the idea is on part 2, that's when you get a lot of context, a lot of lore about the world, a lot of lore about who you're playing as, and a lot of context. So yeah, I mean you'll be fine. I mean you'll be confused like a bit, like who the fuck is this? Why should I care? But the idea is part 2 will answer a lot of these questions. But that's the shitty part. We have to wait like 3 fucking years, maybe. Right? So by then you'll forget everything. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My sister has a PS4, so maybe if it ever goes like really really cheap, I'll buy it and play it on my sister's
physical
PS4.
copy, right?
Yep.
And then you'll let me borrow it.
Yep. Because
fuck,
I don't know.
2 years.
Why digital, dude? Come on.
Come on, dude. Why
I don't
digital?
know, man. Oh, me and my brother have a thing going where we help each other out.
God.
There you go.
You guys have a thing going.
Good thing.
Oh.
Well, not like it matters. Not like people know my account.
It does
but
matter. I mean, come on.
No? We game share.
Done.
Is
Hit 'em up, dude.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Only 2 accounts.
Done.
Can be
I don't care.
linked.
Then you sign out, dude.
No, my brother's buying a Ghost of Tsushima next, so
that game's
is that about Last of Us?
Nah.
No, like it's weird because like it's usually like I'm more excited for The Last of Us than he is, so I buy it, and then he's more excited about the Ghost of Tsushima, so he buys it. So it's like we're buying the games we want to buy, and it's usually
take turns buying it.
Take turns, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it works out. But I guess we can go over to The Last of Us Part 2 quick.
Let's go.
Spoilers. Alex, did you find out any spoilers?
Well,
no.
Did you watch Duncan's
That's fine.
video?
That's fine. I'll introduce it. Did you watch Duncan's video?
No.
Dude, it's good. Okay, so I honestly don't fucking get the hate. I'm gonna say that straight up. Like the whole time I was playing this game, I was waiting for something, plot
Stupid.
holes, something stupid, something that doesn't make sense, and nothing like that ever fucking happened throughout the game. And which got me thinking, like, why do people fucking hate this game, right?
No.
So I actually went deep into it. I still believe that if spoilers didn't come out for this game, there wouldn't be as much hate because a lot of people assigned social political agendas. Um, I'll, and to those people, like, I can't really have a discussion with them because it's just, like, some people are bigots, some people are just, shitty people,
Mhm.
and it's kind of crappy that a lot of the, because I'm trying to gauge where all this hate came from, because like from like a hardcore gamer perspective, I hate using that term, but I guess more of a enthusiast perspective, like people who are on forums, people who are talking about the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's so decisive, dude. Like Reddit, I'm pretty sure 80% of people hate the fucking game that I've talked
Hmm.
to. And I've talked to people that liked it. I'm on the camp, and I more and more I'm finding myself trying to understand why people hate this game. So to lay down the groundwork of the game right now is like there's like a beginning section where somebody really important in the game dies. Do we want to talk about this, or
It's up to you.
Do it.
Spoilers.
fuck it? Yeah, spoilers. So from here on there'll be spoilers. So Joel, the important character from Last of Us Part 1, who is the protagonist you were playing as, he pretty much dies within the first 2 hours or an hour into the game.
It gets whacked.
Yeah, he gets whacked pretty good. It's pretty gruesome. He gets his leg shot off. You see it all severed, and then the person actually like plays golf and just like slams his head repeatedly.
Ooh.
So it's pretty fucked. Like the moment that happened, I just felt like I got punched in the fucking gut because I'm like, oh, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is supposed to be the protagonist, and just to give you guys some context, but the trailers that they released actually had that Joel in a lot of these cutscenes where they cut him out and actually put other characters in the final product. So people are pissed because of that, because like they like misrepresented. Yeah, but it's kind of cool, isn't it? Like people are pissed, but I think it's kind of cool. Like, how would you guys feel if you bought a game and you were expected to play this character and then you find out he's dead and that wasn't real?
That's fucking hilarious. I mean,
like, honestly,
people would have already speculated, like, oh fuck, looks like he's dead for a part.
Yeah, but like, do you guys think that there's enough outrage for that? Because that is what people are mad about too.
I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean, that's something I think most companies should do: get creative with their trailers and like.
Right.
Dude, because Metal Gear Solid 2 did that. Metal Gear Solid 2 ate shit because you were supposed to play as Solid Snake, but you ended up playing as fucking Raiden. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Raiden.
Yeah, because all the trailers were about Snake, and then when they released it, they were like, "JK, this character you love so much isn't really in here. You're playing as this new guy." So, and don't get me wrong, that game got a lot of hate too when it first came out. But that is something that made people hate the game a lot more, being lied to pretty much. But at the end of the day, I think it's interesting marketing.
Yeah.
Like, would you guys still buy a game if trailers were lying to you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I would.
I probably wouldn't. Well, the point I think I'd catch on, but I'd still. Honestly, I'd love it. Like I'd be like, oh, dude, that's fucking,
right. I like being surprised.
That's like a dirty trick, but it's like at the same time, it's like it got me off guard, and it's like I enjoy that because it gave me like like a sense of like I'll feel betrayed, but not like super betrayed to like be like I'm offended. It's more like a oh you got me. That's fucked up. Nice. It's kind of like a troll like
Right.
betrayal.
I see it more like a curiosity thing. Like if you expect a character to be in the trailers and he's not there, it's like, oh, what happened to him? Is he dead? Is he missing? Is he kidnapped? What's going on? That's more of a curiosity thing. Where it's kind of like, I wouldn't jump to conclusions right away that he's dead.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they kill within the first hour, so
Yeah.
it's pretty apparent. But after that, you play as a 10 to 12 hour story as Ellie. Um, uh, so when I told you guys that I thought I was halfway through the game,
Yeah,
it's because Naughty Dog games are usually like 15 to 20 hours, and
you weren't
no,
even
this
there.
game is fucking. This
Like
game
40
is
hours
long,
long.
dude. It took me 30, but whatever.
Okay.
but but what the hell was I gonna say? But yeah, that whole section. I thought I was close to the ending. I wasn't. So, but that's when I was hooked. I was really hooked playing as Ellie, trying to do the revenge story part of it, because I really wanted to see it through. But then this is one of the most decisive moments of the game is when you actually play a 10 to 12 hour section as the antagonist. So you're actually playing the guy that killed Joel,
Girl.
and you're playing it from like the perspective of after you killed him. Obviously, Ellie and this character's story takes. They're essentially the stories take place at the same time. So you have like a day 1, day 2, day 3 kind of thing, like after Joel died. So the new character, her name is Abby. You play as her from like the beginning, but her circumstances are way different, dude. Like Ellie has her own play style, and so does Abby, and then they have their own unique weapons, um, their own like upgrade tree, and actually like different types of enemies they type, and different like side characters. So when I was playing as the second part, and again, a lot of people hated this because they didn't want to sympathize with Joel's killer. They didn't want to be controlling this character.
Yeah.
Um,
I think for me,
like,
that's a lot. That's a
isn't that a
lot of.
bit limiting?
I think for me, that's a lot of what I hear is like that. Pretty much, you hit the nail on the head. Is like people just didn't care for the character and they didn't want to care. And I think that's a for me from what I've seen so far from a large majority of people. That's the part that they really don't like. It's like who the fuck cares? She killed Joel. I don't care for her. Like why the fuck do we got to play as her? And so
Doesn't that tell you a lot about our current culture and how people don't want to sympathize with certain people because of their actions, right? Because get this, Joel wasn't a good guy.
yeah,
Like I don't know where people are like assuming that like Joel's done a lot of fucked up shit, but for the first game, for the most part, like this is most single player narrative games. They play it safe by making you the protagonist, having characters around you that have like some degree of plot armor, and most of the time you're fighting the good fight, and you'll do anything, any means necessary to an extent, right? To you know accomplish your goal. And Joel, like at the end of part one, he slaughters a fuck ton of people to get to Ellie that were actually trying to find a cure. So Ellie, so Joel brought Ellie to the Fireflies, this hospital, and she was supposed to be the cure. Joel didn't know that she would have to die in order for the cure to be made. So Joel did the most selfish thing you could do, and actually went through the hospital, slaughtered everyone, slaughtered the doctors, everything in his way pretty much, so he could grab Ellie because he didn't want to let her go. So yeah, I mean, like I said, like Joel isn't a good guy. He has had a lot of demons, and to be fair, like from Abby's perspective, everything like it was kind of justified. Like as much as we'd like to hate it, like because we were like grown to like this character, um, people just didn't want to sympathize with her.
mm,
And she has like you learn about her backstory, her flashbacks when she was young, along with Ellie's flashbacks and things like that. So it makes you like really conflicted. Like God damn it, like this world's fucked. Revenge is fucked. Everyone's a shitty person to an extent. Um, but it was just really good storytelling, dude. Like, I don't. I think most people that I've talked to that are reasonable agree that graphically, dialogue, gameplay, uh, all this stuff that's like triple A is like really really fucking good and polished. But the one part that people will absolutely that are decisive on is just narrative. It's storytelling.
Yeah.
It's people just don't like that. And that's fine. Like you don't have to like it. You don't have to like what it's trying to do or what it's trying to say. But I just feel like you have to at least understand it and like try to understand what they're doing from. Because
Mhm.
okay, so we all play video games for fun, right? For the most part, right?
Right.
I hope so.
And I kind of yeah, right. And I kind of hate that we're limiting games, and because like we have like books, TV shows, movies, and these things bring us different aspects. Like there's thrillers, there's scary movies, there's things that don't bring us joy, things
Mhm.
that tackle like complex ideas and things that make us think about good or bad guys and what does that really fucking mean. But games haven't really done that. They play it super safe, dude. Like most of the time you're the good guy. You're in it for the good reason. There's nothing wrong with you for.
Right.
But the moment a game tries to bring that or do something like that, people are fucking triggered.
I think it's stupid. It's like as long as they can justify it with like good storytelling, who cares if like your favorite character dies? Like it's the whole part of a
Yeah.
story.
So get this. I was trying to understand more of the hate about the game, and when the spoilers came out,
What
let me
were the
see this.
spoilers that got leaked? Like, what were they?
So, because I really don't know, because it's for one, people told me like they read something or they watched a video of the cutscenes.
Which cutscene?
It's hard for me to say.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to say, but apparently a source said this specifically. Um, a source apparently this is like very political kind of agenda, but people say that you would be fighting homophobic Christians, that Anita, the SJW person, worked on the game, that Abby is trans, and that Neil Drunkman, the director of the game, he said that he was scanned and mocap to do sexual scenes in the game,
Nice.
and that reviews were paid, and just a bunch of horseshit. So don't get me wrong, there is obviously homosexuality in this game, there is a trans character in this game, but nothing like this screams agenda to me. It just is in the world, and nothing's trying to make you feel bad. I just feel like it's challenging people's ideas of what a game normally is.
Yeah.
And they're thinking that it's forced, but I'm like, no, none of this is forced.
It's kind of like
just characters
it's
that
kind of
are
like it.
representing something, and that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're playing through the game and Tommy, you just find out like, oh, did you know Tommy's gay? That's it. Like, it's not forcing you. Like, hey, look at this homo agenda. Like, it's not that. It's more like, oh look, now you know a little bit more about Tommy. Like, he's gay. That explains why he's not hanging around women or something. That's
Yeah,
if he
Tommy.
was. If he was, I don't know if he.
Yeah,
Is.
totally.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But no, but yeah, no, it's and those are like, in my opinion, those are the people that want to find a reason to get riled up.
Yeah.
Um,
Just an excuse.
and maybe they derive some of that from things that happen in the cutscenes, but that's like literally sit down from beginning to end, either watch somebody play it from a gameplay and cutscene perspective and watch the whole thing. Otherwise, if you're grabbing bits and pieces of this game and thinking like I'm thinking some people that hate the game are just people that are scrubbing, when they see, oh, Joel does die. Oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck? This thing's horseshit. And it's like, dude, no, like
They play the damn
there's so
game.
many there's so many fucking flashbacks. There's so many moments where they care about the characters and it makes you like bittersweet that all this shit's even happening, and they do pay a lot of respect. It just isn't a normal game. It just isn't a normal single player narrative game. It's really unique, and it's gonna put a lot of people off for sure, which is what we're seeing. But
Mhm.
it's still a good quality. It's still good. I don't know, but yeah, dude, the hate. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it when I'm talking to people who talk about storytelling and plot holes, and the reason they don't like what they're doing with these characters, because a lot of people think that they're tarnishing characters or not writing them the way they should be. But get this, Ellie is now like a younger adult. We played her as a kid, and they don't think that she can change. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's been like 5 or 6 years or something like that, and it's like she's practically her own person, developing and like questioning her sexuality, obviously, and like coming to terms with it. and there's a lot of like shit in between that happened from there and then. So to say that a character wouldn't do something, I feel like it's a complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, how can you say that? Or especially with Joel, people are like, why did Joel trust Abby so much? Because like there's a scene that he. But get this, they were surrounded by zombies. Um, so it was Joel, his brother, and Abby who were all escaping together. And then Abby's like, "Hey, my place is over here. Come with me. We can get away from all this stuff." And it's life or death. So I'm like, of course he's gonna trust her. But people say that Joel shouldn't have trusted her. But I'm like, I don't know. Like Joel's been living peacefully for the past 5 years, 5 or 6 years, and he's probably come across like people and like help them out, and he's probably learned to be more compassionate because he's like an older man. And it's just like, I don't know, you can explain it to an extent for sure, and I feel like these people saying that they're tarnishing these characters doesn't make sense to me personally. But yeah, man, fuck the haters.
Score.
Yeah.
If you hate the game, you need to bring me one legitimate reason, and don't bring me bullshit like no social fucking agendas. Don't bring me bullshit about
paid reviews.
Pretty much like paid reviews.
Yeah,
Don't
paid
bring me
reviews
bullshit
is like
about
on
any
every
of this
game.
stuff.
Every game's like people are always gonna say, "Oh, it's got a paid review here and there." That's dumb.
Like, if you hate the
It
game
can't be that.
narratively, like, explain to me why.
It
Like,
has to be good.
tell me a piece of dialogue or like something that occurred. What is this? What's his face? Critical. I saw his video about Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Dude, half of it was the most bullshit I've ever fucking heard. Like, he claims when characters die that they don't bring context to them. They act like it never happened. I'm like, dude, are you shitting me? If you go through the game and actually read the journal, go through your fucking notes, because you have a journal that you can read and you see notes being jotted down, and you actually listen to some of the dialogue when you're near characters, like, they talk about it. Like, they talk about these characters. Like, it's not like they just drop off the face of the fucking earth. I just feel like some people, like, I don't know if they're trying to hate the game purposely, or maybe that is their own opinion and that's what they're thinking, but I'm like, it's like, in my opinion, this is a rough game to stream. Like, if you're streaming, you're gonna be like, half your attention is gonna be on the your audience, the other half is gonna be on storytelling. If you're not like fully engaged in dialogue or banter or like going through your journal and understanding like things around the world and about you and your thoughts, then you're gonna miss a lot. You're gonna miss a lot about.
Score.
But yeah, give me a good reason. Score. I will say this though. There's the arc, the beginning arc, and then there's the arc as Ellie, and then the arc as Abby, and then there's a final. This is the finale arc, and I think it was pretty weak. It wasn't that great. So this is gonna sound really strange, but like, Ellie is spared a bunch of times from Abby. So at the end of Abby's section, you're actually playing as Abby and you're fighting against Ellie, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That was the roughest part for me. I kept letting Abby die over and over by Ellie because I didn't want Abby to fucking win. Like, I let the antagonist of the supposed antagonist of the game, I just let her die over and over for like a couple of minutes because I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not doing this. Fuck no, I don't want her to win because I still sympathize with Ellie more because of the first game. But I got through it, and at the end of that scene, Abby pretty much there's more than this, but Ellie pretty much decides to let Ellie go, and then this is like, I think a year later or so, where you're playing as Ellie, and Ellie knows where she's at, and she needs closure. She still needs to do revenge. She can't sleep. She has PTSD. And you learn why Ellie's actually on this revenge story. There's a scene early in the game that isn't shown until the end of the game regarding Ellie and Joel that you learn way later on. And it gives you a good indicator of like why Ellie is going this far, because she's actually mad at herself more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, the ending was kind of it was okay. I don't know how else they would have ended it. I think people hated it because Ellie didn't get her revenge. She actually let Abby go again.
Yeah,
But when I'm saying this, I'm really simplifying the journey you have to go to, what exactly happens, the fights that they're going through, the characters that are being introduced, and why you should care. Like I'm ignoring all of that.
yeah,
That's why it might sound a little shaky. Like he keeps forgiving her, and he keeps letting her get away. It's like what the fuck is going on?
yeah.
But like I said, play the game. You'll appreciate it a lot more. But I would honestly give it like a 9.5 out of 10. Only because I felt like that last section was pretty weak, in my opinion.
Hey, but revenge is bad.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's hard to say. Like when you're going down that road of revenge, and like you're losing a shit ton of people on your side, they're losing a shit ton of people, and at what cost? You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's ironic because it it kind of clicked with me. Okay, so I'm gonna weeb out a little bit, but it's to kind of play on Last of Us 2. Is I just rewatched the pain fight where Hinata comes in and saves Naruto,
yeah.
and Pain just kind of talks about like his pain against Naruto's pain, and saying like Naruto's kind of like, why would you come and destroy the village, and kind of like in contrast, why would you know Ellie come and destroy her what's her face's livelihood and shit, and it's kind of like eventually comes back to like the cycle of hatred and fucking revenge. It all stems from like revenge. If you're just gonna do something just for revenge, it's just gonna come cycle forward and forward and forward, on and on and on. So I think in the end, in a way, like Critical was saying, like it the main focus of the ending is like to kind of beat down in your head, like revenge is bad, no matter how extreme like you want it, no how bad you want it, but I think that's why Ellie chose to like let her go, is because like she knows that Joel wouldn't have wanted this in the end, and like that's why But I just find it interesting how like I found that like contrast with like that, and then like Last of Us. I was like, oh, that's funny, weird. What?
yeah, revenge is the bitch, dude. Because like I said, Ellie had PTSD about Joel dying in front of him,
Yeah,
and then even Abby had this. Abby had PTSD too, or like kind of like they had this recurring nightmare of the person they cared about dying. And then at some point, when they fall asleep and they dream again, Abby was finally able to dream of like a good memory of her dad, and then Ellie was finally able to dream something good about Joel.
yeah,
Um, through the journey and what happened and things like that. Like there was something inside of them they couldn't let go. They were looking for. Abby was looking for redemption after killing Joel because she still didn't find it. She still felt like shit. She was still having nightmares, and you find out through side characters and what happens. She gains some redemption, and then Ellie just accepted that she was upset because um, Joel and Ellie had a falling out. They weren't really in talking terms, but the last time they spoke, Ellie, because Ellie learned the truth about the hospital and how Joel denied Ellie her sacrifice for the better of the world, and now he took her away from that. So Joel and Ellie weren't good on talking terms. If anything, Ellie avoided Joel. But then you learn right before he dies that Ellie had a conversation with him saying that, hey, I hate you still, but I want to try to forgive you. And then the day later, Joel dies. So I think she's more or less dying. She's beating herself up with regret that that pretty much never happened.
yeah,
That she left on such shitty terms
yeah,
for this person that did so much for her, that literally killed a shit ton of people for her, and that cared about her to that extent. So I think that's why she was so focused on revenge, because something was obviously Joel was taken away from her, but the terms that she was left on made it even worse. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, dude, the game's heavy, super heavy. It's cool. It's cool. It's seeing a game do this, in my opinion. And if you should, I'd recommend watching Donkey's review about the game.
Yeah, so
He's like me, dude. He's like me, dude. He's like, what the like? Why do people hate this? Like, I don't get it. Like I said, if suppose didn't release, dude, I don't think the hate would be this bad. Like, I think there'd still be decisiveness, but nothing that people wouldn't be this outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I beat those 2 single player games.
Nice. I think I'm check. I have to check them out.
You don't have to.
I mean,
I don't know what I'm gonna play next.
Not just like play myself. You know, I can watch a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Through, you know.
Do it. He won't do it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Won't do
I
it.
swear you're muted. Oh, I
You
thought you
won't.
were muted.
He won't do it. He
Dude,
won't do
a
it.
playthrough, dude? To watch a playthrough, dude? Come on, that's easy.
He won't do it.
It's free.
He
It
won't
doesn't
do
cost
it.
me time.
He won't do it.
Free.
Alright.
But
That's how you
next
get
on
him
my
to do
list
it.
is next on
Next
my
on your
list is either Red Dead Redemption 2, which I
Wow.
was halfway through, or Death Stranding. Dude, I have to check out Death Stranding. Well, yeah, because Donkey hated it. Like, I don't agree with all these reviewers all the time. Like, there's some people that I'm like, okay, obviously, like some people, but right now I've only invested like 5 hours in the game, so I don't hate it yet. So we'll see.
I already said.
Dude. Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite.
Don't tell me you guys are actually excited for that.
I mean, I'm not excited for it by any means. I'm not gonna be like, whoa, fucking.
It came out of left field, so that's why I was so like surprised by it. I was like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
everyone. I watched a bunch of reactions. We were like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
The last thing I could ever guess was a MOBA.
Yeah, that's why I was
last
so
thing
like,
you
what?
want is a MOBA.
What? No.
I'd rather have a trading card game than a fucking MOBA.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a trading card game. I thought it was gonna be an online one at first.
They already have an online trading card game.
Yeah, but you know, like one that's like actually like pushed on
Switch.
like the Switch and then the phone.
I don't think it's true. It is on tablets.
Yeah, is it the official Pokemon one
Yeah.
or? Oh.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Well, why is that not on Switch?
I don't know.
knows?
Probably because it's
Can't run it.
Yeah, probably.
Garbage.
I mean, you do need a
It should
pretty
be
big screen, I guess, for it, to show your side and their side.
I
They have it on your fucking phones.
That's like just switch it
I don't
upside
think
down.
it's not on the iPhone yet. It's not on the phones yet. It's only on on the iPad.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I think in some way, in some form, we're gonna get something like this eventually.
Dude, it's fucking Tencent.
Yeah, I knew when Tencent was making it. I'm like, it's gonna be a fucking weird ass.
It's gonna be something with online. That's all I knew. Is like it's gonna be online. It's gonna be multiplayer. But what is it?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be.
It didn't click in my head until like it got announced. I'm like, oh, okay. now it's like, oh,
They're not a good gaming company. They're
definitely not.
They just have a lot of stocks and shit. What they didn't call it a MOBA. What they call it?
Arena battle arena something.
They pretty much they coined
arena.
Dude, no, yeah, but they coined their own fucking term. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They just call it for what it is, like. But I don't know. They're avoiding that.
The gameplay sort of reminded me of so I remember on CartoonNetwork.com that fucking MOBA for Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, but that one was good because it actually had like lanes and towers in the jungle.
People.
Well, other people.
Well,
actually
so does
Pokemon.
Good. Pokemon has a jungle too.
Yeah. I mean,
dude, and elemental types don't fucking matter. How hilarious is that?
That is stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if.
That is dumb. Like you could they should at least have like a tank or something to like I don't know, just throwing Snorlax in as a tank and saying, "Oh, this guy's fat. He can take a lot of damage." It's like, all right, what if a fucking Machamp comes out and starts beating his ass, dude?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be kind of annoying though, because if you, yeah, I mean, I understand, right? Because like when you're against like what is it, 5v5?
Yeah,
4?
5v5.
5v5. elements would be interesting, but I think if you lane to get somebody that you're weak against,
Well, okay, so
probably wouldn't be as fun.
a way to counter that would be like picks and bans, I guess. Just like two bands, and then just like
Nah, dude, this is mainstream. We can't have
Yes,
none of
this is a children's game, dude. It's not
I
gonna be
guess.
that. It's not gonna be that intuitive.
Well, if it ever goes that way, like just put a rank system and then add that as like a rank mechanic or something.
I don't know, but I don't know. Like the whole they should have added type, type advantages and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think if they were gonna do that, then they'd also have to have more to the roster as well.
Yeah, but make it more interesting because you can just be a level fucking 1 Charmander just running around leveling up and shit. Where it's like you don't have to you don't have to really be afraid of a Squirtle coming out and wrecking your shit. I mean, like imagine if they did have that and it's like, all right, well I'm gonna team up with a Pikachu real quick so that I don't get ganked by a fucking Squirtle or something.
The one thing
It's like,
the one thing I was gonna say is that, and I know I mentioned it in my reaction, was everybody was playing on their phones. Like we didn't get to see
yeah,
one bit of
That's
Nintendo
hilarious.
Switch like
maybe
footage.
because it's not ready for the Switch yet. Maybe it's only been
Well,
finalized
they tried
on
to
the phone.
juke you at the end, where like the fucking president or whatever, he's just holding like a little like his Switch Joy-Con controller. He's just
Yeah.
holding it and puts it down, but he has a tablet in front of him, and it's not even like a Switch tablet. It's just a regular Apple tablet.
Hmm.
Like, is this
Yeah,
game gonna
I,
be
th- I
ready
think
soon?
I I think we knew deep down it was going to be a Tencent game. I mean, because people were predicting about it. I think last time we brought up a list of like what we would see,
Yep.
and we literally got the bottom of the fucking list.
Fucking garbage.
Oh,
Like
well,
even
I
if they
mean,
said we're working on this title for like future release,
why
that'd been
why they
great,
even make it a presentation, dude?
yeah, it's own like 10 minutes. I was like, that's it.
Oh my god.
right?
People are saying, is that it? This wasn't it, right?
Yeah, right. It's
I'm
like the
like,
joke, right? Say psych right now.
it's exciting. I mean, I think I'm so gonna try it out because
Oh yeah,
why
absolutely.
not?
Yeah.
Why not? But I have a feeling that, dude, I'm wondering if they didn't play it on Switch because the online's garbage.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, I bet it's that because like I remember me
Fucking
and Na were playing the Kirby game online. Garbage. Like online was super laggy, just terrible. And then so like it's not just one game, right? It's not just Smash. It's like
yeah.
a lot of their free to play games even that are online, like Kirby. It's just
I mean, like,
terrible, dude.
it makes sense, Kirby to have like shitty, latency because it's like no one really plays online Kirby, but everybody plays online Smash. So you'd think they'd invest into their freaking network so they can make it more stable. So it's like, but they haven't. It's still fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Especially
And
since we've had to pay for our service now.
Oh hell yeah!
Now there should be no reason for this stuff. I mean, even with Sony and them, I mean, we can at least have a good, decent connection with each other. But with anything else, it's pretty whack.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like how you can build anyone to melee or range. That's kind of interesting. Like when they level up their abilities in the game, like you can decide if you want to go for melee or
Right.
range. That's you could probably do a hybrid of both, but I'm wondering if it'll like lock you in, like, oh, you're already doing range, you're going down that tunnel of range, or if you can actually play around and go back and forth with certain abilities.
I'll probably assume it'll be a mixture of both.
Yeah, I feel like it would.
Just because like there's
I don't know, like if you think about it, Adventure Time was pretty. There's only one build, right?
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was a good build.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but it's like
Well,
at the end of the day,
what didn't you
it
like?
is.
Didn't you level up your
There's no
HP?
complexity.
Didn't you level up your HP and like your attack and magic, and
What?
that's about it?
I know there was jungle buffs. I don't know
Yeah.
if that did that. I forget. But regardless, this MOBA isn't gonna be as complex as
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely
people
not.
would want it to be. It's a handheld MOBA or like console MOBA for crying
Yeah.
out loud. Like touch controls, hand controls. Like it's not gonna feel as good as
I've
mouse
played
and
I played
keyboard.
MOBA. I played a MOBA on the Switch. There's one called Arena of Valor.
Oh,
It kind of it reminds me a lot of League. You know, top lane, bottom lane, middle, and
It's not good.
same. It literally plays just like League.
It's not
And I
good.
played it a while because I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And so I played for a while, and it's the controls aren't very. It's not a very hard game. Like you could literally like wherever you point the joystick, it literally throws all that shit in there. And sometimes it like you can have it set to like auto lock onto like auto attacks and shit to people. So it's not like there's a lot of skill when it comes to like last hitting or shooting your skills. So it's
I
like,
mean, there is. I
I
mean,
would,
maybe not in that game, but there is.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, on the Switch version, no, it wasn't very
Oh, you're saying there
technical.
is no there. They essentially make it so there's no skill.
I
Is what
mean,
you're
I wouldn't
saying.
say that there's
Not
like
that there
absolute
isn't skill.
like you can yeah like, you can make it like lock on to like your to nearest opponents. You can turn it off but it's not a
Why would
very
you do that?
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But even if you turn it off, it's not that hard. It's not that hard of a game.
Oh,
So it's I can only imagine like this MOBA being that same shit where it, like auto locks on
Yeah.
to your opponents.
They're gonna monetize the fuck out of this, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
What you think they give you like? They give you like maybe like a couple like 3 starter Pokemons.
Hmm.
Well, no. Wait, so you need at least 5 because you can't play the same one in the team. So to get people started, there needs to be at least 5 Pokemon that they give you,
Hmm.
and then you pay for everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a success as they want it to be. I don't know if casual MOBAs. Actually, I guess technically on the handheld space, like you're
yeah.
saying, there is popular stuff.
I was
Even
gonna
on the
say,
phones, right? There's super
yeah.
popular MOBAs.
I was gonna say
I don't know.
on the phone at work,
Yeah,
like it'd probably be like the best place you're gonna play it at when you're bored on your desk or something.
Hmm.
Like on your lunch break, you're just like, let's play something.
I
Hmm.
don't think we're that audience. We don't know.
Yeah, we
We
don't
don't
know
know
mobile
about that
games
side.
too much.
We don't know. Well, I do, but I don't play. I don't play games that force me to use like
Touch
controls.
controls.
Like, give me a turn-based, give me a puzzle game, I will play that. But give me anything else, fuck no.
Well,
Hmm.
have you ever thought about trying those the like
Controller, or
yeah
like
controllers for your phones or
You can put your Xbox controller to it.
sounds like a lot of effort, and it's like a big ass controller and a tiny screen. It looks
Kinda.
ridiculous. What is this? I don't
And
know.
you can play it on an iPad or a tablet, dude.
There you
So that
go.
wouldn't.
Big old bulky thing.
Perhaps, but yeah, I just don't think we know if this game's gonna take off. Like, it does have the Pokemon IP, um,
So
but
it'll definitely stay around for a
I
while.
don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be as successful as they want it to be, but I guess that depends on Tencent and how often they support it and
Or how they
whether or
market
not they screw you over.
Imagine they make a
Yeah,
PC version.
dude,
Oh,
Tencent's gonna screw people over. I mean,
Hmm.
prices. I think they're gonna gouge the fuck out of them.
oh fuck yeah!
Um,
Buy this Pokemon for $20.
uh, FYI, Tencent. We can talk about this going into Mixer, but Tencent actually announced their own live streaming service today.
What?
Today.
Yeah.
I bet there's gonna be a bunch of promotional like 10-cent games on there. Wasn't that one game you would play, the one that you were into, Adan, Blade and Soul? Wasn't that 10-cent as well, or who made that one?
I just knew Tencent was a company that didn't really develop games. They just have a lot of stakes, and I think the games they do make
It's,
aren't really that
it's either
amazing.
I know they started buying out a lot of IPs from NetSoft or whatever the fuck they're called, Nextsoft. I forgot what their name is.
Because they own PUBG right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. And then PUBG Mobile, right?
I don't. I think they actually own PUBG, like everything,
Oh
Oh
shit.
damn.
because it's big in China. But no, the new streaming service is primarily focused on China, so maybe not. But the idea is anyone can use it, even in the U.S. So they're kind of like putting a stake on the U.S. a little bit, saying like,
Okay.
"Hey, there's
That's
that."
where
So who
Ninja's gonna
knows?
go, boys. That's where Ninja and Doctor Disrespect are gonna go. We had to
So
talk.
what happened with that,
Um,
Josue?
What happened with what?
Dr. Disrespect.
Well, first let's talk about Mixer. Cause
Oh,
Mixer's no more now.
obviously.
I think we
dude,
all kind of saw it coming. It was eventually gonna be like
I did
second.
not see this.
I,
Really?
I didn't see it this soon. I'd say like in 5 years it was gonna be like gone.
Mhm.
5 years. I gave it 5 years max. Not this soon, especially because they started. The development team was still working on stuff. Like they still had stuff. Like they were barely coming out with like clips for their website, so people could start using clips and highlights and stuff. And it was looking pretty promising in the future. But I don't know. It was just left field. Out of left field, just I guess Microsoft just gave up on it. I don't know. I don't know what happened in the background, but
I
it's
mean, yeah. To be honest, they was probably just looking at like growth. Like it's always about growth with these companies, and I don't know. I don't know how people figure out if something's going to be successful streaming. Like at some point, you have to cut your ties and be like, well, we're down viewers. We're not at an even level, or we're not where we predicted. So those are easy reasons they'd actually get rid of something like this. We just don't know because we're not part of these meetings. We don't
Right.
yeah.
actually know what the fuck's going on. But
Shareholders probably got pissed off.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like the people who got paid, dude, they made out like fucking bandits.
Oh, fuck yeah,
And this
dude.
round. And it's funny because a lot of the other people
Crazy.
that didn't hop on the bandwagon are kind of kicking themselves. Like
But how can you
Tim the
know?
Tap Man. Yeah, how could you know? Tim the Tap Man is kicking himself. Doctor Disrespect was one of those that was kicking himself. Just imagine, just like, hey, here's $10 million. Just play with us for 8 months and that's it.
8 months.
I mean, they're contracted for like 2 to 5 years,
Right.
but I mean,
Yeah, so
still,
yeah, I mean, it's weird because I've heard of Mixer before all this, before it even was popular a bit. I
mm-hmm.
think Xbox, the Xbox conference, they tried to push it a few years back, saying
Yeah.
like, view now at Mixer to get exclusive content. So they
Uh,
were trying to force people to go to Mixer that way. And I had a friend that played a Mixer that was only actually had a coworker that was here in Denver when I first came that was streaming on Mixer. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I didn't even know it was owned by Microsoft. Like, what
Mhm.
Mixer was weird to me. The name. It was okay. Like at the end of the day, I still feel like I like Twitch better in terms of like layout and
yeah.
like everything that I could
Right.
do. I just felt like Mixer at the time. I don't know how updated it is now. Was,
Yeah, I was gonna say it
um,
was.
but it felt to be like really gamer. Like
Yeah,
it tried to
a little too
force the gamer
cliche.
going a little too hard.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wasn't a fan. I like Twitch's simplicity
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think Twitch. Before it was just in TV before they made it into Twitch, but it kind of just migrated that direction. Like originally, it was trying to be like gamer only, but not. It wasn't trying too hard. Where it was like, like oh, buy these cool Joy-Con like bit emojis or something stupid like that. It was more like everything just kind of came natural, and the communities just kind of came and went, and it kind of like changed the format of the whole website. So then because of that, Twitch is successful because of communities coming and going, and Twitch just adapting. I mean, even with IRL stuff, when they were first trying that, I think Twitch was kind of like. I remember when IRL first came out on Twitch, I didn't think it was going to succeed, and here it is, like being one of the top categories on there.
I think we didn't want it to.
Well, it was kind of like
Because
what?
it meant it was going away from gaming pretty
Yeah,
much, you know.
yeah. At some point, like it was kind of like, this is lame. This is a gaming website, but I don't know.
People just like personalities at that point.
Right.
And tits.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. Um, yeah, I have nothing else more to say to that. Not like, not like we stream. Artist.
Yeah, it was way.
Yeah.
It was my fucking sub for nothing.
Speaking of subs, I hope you're not subscribed to Dr. Disrespect because now he's gone from Twitch permanently.
And why?
How
Josue?
permanently? Super permanently.
Well,
Super permanently.
as far
Soft perma ban.
yeah, it might be a soft permaban, but we're not sure. But as far as I saw, most recent news I saw was Tim the Tatman updating everybody like about 2 hours ago, saying that he's currently in talks with Twitch. Not Tim the Tatman. Doctor Disrespect is currently in talks with Twitch, trying to find out why he's permanently banned, and trying to get stuff fixed. So I don't know if it's a mistake on Twitch's part, which it definitely could be because I know he has no strikes against him, and people were saying it's not a DMCA because he's kind of like a big deal, and he doesn't really use other people's content. He kind of always licenses his own stuff and his own music, so they're not thinking it's that either. But as far as we got, there's one person just stating that um, he was breaking the terms of services and the community guidelines, which who knows what the fuck that means. But
that's fucking vague.
Yeah, that's vague as shit. But my assumption, because of everything that's kind of going on with like Twitch and like all these people kind of throwing allegations everywhere, left and right, on the YouTube scene, the Twitch scene, and everywhere on Twitter. Like maybe somebody threw out like an allegation against him, and Twitch kind of caught on first and like banned him. I don't know.
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I mean,
that's one of the big. That's like what, the second biggest channel on Twitch. So,
right.
I mean, I did watch him every now and then. He was definitely a funny guy, but I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite streamers.
Absolutely not.
But he's definitely a personality that I kind of enjoyed to watch every now and then, and be like,
I like watching him on mute. Oh man, didn't really care for his dialogue or any of the crap that he said. He's like, his gameplay looks cool and he's pretty good, but it's like the shits out. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
He's kind of like that cliche '80s, like like
Macho Man.
Yeah, macho man, and don't take shit from nobody kind of guy.
Yeah.
But that's his character, and the real life person behind Doctor Disrespect. I can't imagine what he's going through right now, where you just kind of lose your whole like livelihood and job, and like not even
He
a
probably
second.
he has probably enough fucking money to live peacefully now, but it's like
but
the fact that you enjoyed doing it, it's kind of like, oh, there goes your hobby, there goes your livelihood.
Holy shit, that would suck. And I can't see him moving on, especially because like Mixer's gone now. I can't see him moving on to Facebook gaming at all. If for some reason he has to move on to any of those platforms, the top place would be I think the top place. Top place I think would be YouTube, but I don't know how well he would do on YouTube as well, because as far as I hear, YouTube's not a bad platform, but I definitely don't go to YouTube to watch live streams, which is a little weird to me, because I go there all the times for videos, but I never go there for live streams.
Well, it kind of makes you think, like, is your personality strong enough to have a strong presence regardless of the platform? Like, I think Shroud was doing pretty good numbers on Mixer.
Yeah.
They probably won't be breaking records as much as they did in Twitch, but to be fair, I feel like the core people will follow them, and that's a lot. That's still a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if he does move on to YouTube, he could definitely influence the platform enough to where I know YouTube will obviously listen to him since he's a big name. I'd like to see YouTube kind of like promote the live streaming service in a way, because right now it's kind of like, oh yeah, they kind of do that too, but it's in the back of your mind kind of thing, You don't really go there, like I said.
I know with the big influence that he has, he probably even work out a deal with a different platform.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys care about Marvel, Avengers, or Cyberpunk 2077, but they showed a lot of gameplay in the last couple of days. Marvel, I don't know if you guys saw that. That looked really. that looked really kind of bad.
Oh no.
It's trying to do like the thing that Destiny kind of does, where there's like a single player port. Like you choose whatever Marvel character you want to play as, and they have their own abilities and skins, cosmetics, poses.
Whoa.
And their abilities that you unlock are different abilities, but the idea is like there's a single player game, and then you can do like these co-op missions with your other teammates that are in the game, and you can all do like synergy bullshit. But it looks, I don't know, it doesn't. It looks like kind of like a B tier game, like
Mhm.
dude. So this guy was playing as fucking Thor, and he was flying around killing these there's like these enemy types that are like robotic. The mission was literally just on top of a plane. You had to kill one, kill the second, kill the third, kill the fourth. That all took half an hour, and that was the end of the fucking. That was
Okay.
it. Like the environments weren't even that cool. It's just like, okay, we're cool. On top of a plane, we have to kill these 4 robots, and that's the end of the fucking mission. I'm like, that seems really lame. If this is all we're gonna do, I think it's gonna be grindy. I think it's gonna be repetitive. I think you're in there to invest into your character and do like repetitive tasks where you have to kill enemies,
Level up.
just so you can get cool. Yeah, like it's kind of like an RPG. It's gonna have those moments, but I don't know. Looks okay. If anything, it made me less excited for it.
I mean, I guess if we're going in there for the grind for like XP and trying to get like different skills and stuff, I guess that'd make it a little bit better because you have something to look forward to, other than like just the grind for like just dumb like I would hate to say like dumb in-game currency. I mean, I would know why you would play those missions over and over again, but
Yeah.
if that like Don said, if that's all the mission's gonna be, where like it's just gonna be like cutscene and then like fight these 5 guys and then all right, next mission, you're watching Iron Man fly around and like help him land the plane. press B and then the plane lands. And then okay, mission complete. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I just think it's gonna be really, really repetitive. I think the story missions are gonna be the nice part of the semi cool part of the game, giving you a story where Captain America died.
Spoilers.
The main villain's MODOK.
Spoilers.
You guys know who MODOK is?
Big boy, big brain.
The giant face motherfucker
on a chair.
a huge face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge face. Yeah. He's the villain. I've never seen. I don't think I've seen him being the villain of a main Marvel game, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, usually it's
But
Magneto or Galactus or something.
yeah, so I don't know how I feel about it. Like it could be a co-op game we could play, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Well, I'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna wait for people's impressions and stuff like that because right now I just don't.
It could just be like
I don't
maybe
care
that's the
for
first
it.
stage too of the whole game and kind of like a
It looks
tutorial
so
thing.
rough. Like you saw the same fucking moves over and over and over. I'm like,
Well-
maybe you're low level and you don't have all the badass shit, but
Hoo-ha-hoo.
god damn. I think Hulk would be fun. Hulk looks super fun. I think Hulk is always
Everybody's gonna play as a Hulk.
Dude, he's just you're just mashing, fucking destroying shit, terrain, blowing up, everything. It's fucking
What?
great.
But you were on a plane, weren't you?
Yeah, but like his abilities, like where he like tears through the ground.
Oh my
it doesn't have
god,
to
he's
make
tearing
sense.
he's tearing through the
Or like
airplane.
he grabs concrete and like.
Where do you
lifts
grab concrete from a plane from?
Who knows?
He's a
I don't know.
magician.
I don't know if the he's a magician. He has shit like that, He plays around with the terrain. But other than that, Cyberpunk 2077, dude. Super amped. It got delayed.
I don't know.
Sucks ass for the 3rd time, I think.
As much as it's been delayed, I'm still not. I'm still one of those guys that's very like cautious about that game, just because we see games that kind of overestimate how much they want to deliver, and then when the final product comes out, it's nothing like how they wanted it to be, or like, But the fact that it's getting delayed so much makes me a little bit more optimistic because at least they know they have the mentality of like, we're not gonna release this fucked up. We're not gonna release this fucked up, and we're not. They've done it so many times where it's like, you kind of look back and like, okay, if I was this gaming company, I would not want to release it fucked up, and it kind of looks like they have that correct mindset to kind of release a good game. Luckily, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm still too hesitant to pre-order it because, like I said, we've seen games like Anthem over like just kind of
This is
flop,
CG
and
Project Red, my guy.
it is Project Red, but
They don't.
again, hey, you can't say that. Look at the Switch version, yeah, of
Hey man,
Witcher.
I'm still a company. They just said you want it. Okay, good luck.
Yeah, I mean,
But no, yeah, I feel the same thing, dude. Like, I don't. It's weird. I'm not like super excited for the game. I was more excited when it was first announced,
mm,
and then as time went on with gameplay, I'm like, dude, how long has it fucking been? I just let me play the game because I want to feel it. I want to play it. I'm sick of these presentations, to be honest, because I'm like, cool, you're showing up some new features. You're showing me how much there is to the game because there's a lot of like. Apparently, this game is super unique because there's like so many characters around you and there's so many things you can do. Like freedom is like what they're trying to express in this game. Like it's like it'll be like unlike any other RPG that you've played in terms of like the way you develop yourself with cybernetic implements, choices in the games, and like you can actually oh yeah you can fucking you can change you can change the color of your pubic hair, the size of your
That's fucking stupid.
sex. You can do
but you're a
this is
robot.
supposed to be yeah, this is supposed to be like an RP fucking G where you're supposed to like make a character and you can customize him and make him have like a background story. So he's better at, X, Y, or Z, um the amount of choices, dude, in this game is insane. That's what they're trying to sell. But I'm excited. I just want to fucking play it. I'm sick of all this talk. Sick of them talking about it.
At least a demo would be
I don't
nice.
care.
I'd
Well,
like
they
to.
did have demos. You don't remember the single player demos?
Is it released to
Walkthrough
the public?
E3s? Yeah.
Released to the public? No, I don't.
It's been a year or two.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, and it looked, in my opinion, it looked more rougher than the recent gameplay clips that they've showed us. Everything looks
Yeah,
smoother, uh,
more
not as
polished.
framey, polished. So I'm like, cool, but I'm like, come on, dude, like you've been teasing this game for like, has it been 6 years? It's been
It's
something ridiculous.
been a
It's been
while.
something
I wouldn't say
crazy.
6 years, but
But I've always wanted to play a cyberpunk game because I love the cyberpunk aesthetic. I think like that futuristic utopia shit's pretty badass. Um,
what if
and it's based off the board game too, in case you guys didn't know.
board game? What the?
Yeah,
That's a board
first
game.
started as a board game.
That's a board game.
Okay.
We should play it.
That's why
Tabletop
there's so much
simulator?
choice. Yeah, that's why there's so much choice because they're trying to make it like the board game where you could like build a character, have choices, things happen. Yeah,
Can I choose my pubic hair on the board game too?
maybe I don't think so. Oh, and fucking Keanu Reeves is in there, dude. Come
Oh
on.
fuck yeah, dude.
Come on, how badass is that? He's like an AI in your head. Apparently today they leaked Microsoft apparently has more than one console in development.
Well, that's gonna be a little
So
weird because today they also just shut down all their Microsoft stores. I don't know if they shut them down permanently, but
I don't know if they still Xboxes.
the Microsoft stores.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't see why not.
Isn't that like more PC centric kind of stuff?
I would assume so, but
Like
uh,
they're like real stores, right?
yeah.
Or like the in-person stores?
Yeah, I know they shut them down, but I didn't see if it was because of the coronavirus or what.
Probably.
But I don't know if it's permanently or not. But that's something I need to check out. But I wouldn't see why they wouldn't have sold, Xboxes, and I mean they probably had a little section dedicated to that stuff. I would assume, because it is a Microsoft product. But if anything, I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume
but
I'm gonna assume the next project is just gonna be a Xbox Series X without without a disc thing. Just like how PlayStation is doing.
Apparently, um, so all this is called Project Scarlet, and then there's two different names. The one that they revealed was Anaconda, and the one that they haven't revealed is called Lockhart.
Don't got
Um,
buns.
but get this, Lockhart apparently it has higher specs, like better DDR memory, better external storage, better CPU, and it's like a beefed up Series X. So it's not just a simple hard drive, you know. So it got me thinking, like, Xbox Series X is already impressive, the Anaconda. So it's gonna be more powerful than the PS4, but now they're making an even beefier version, which is fucking weird. Like, this fucker is gonna be like $600-700. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do here. It's weird.
I could see them.
I don't know.
I could see them starting to like rotate around, like making an inferior version, then a stronger version on top of that every 5 years, just releasing a new console. But it's just like a
Yeah, but to release them both at the same time would be crazy, because people usually want the first time consumers to buy in, and then a few years later they'll be like, "Hey, we got this newer one right here. Don't you want it?"
No,
it usually works.
I never bought them.
I did.
Nope, I didn't.
But that's the thing about, like, Microsoft. Like, I don't know if this is a bad move, because I feel like they should stick to being a cheap console and let PCs be PCs and not try to interfere in that space. Like, there'd be no reason for me to buy a $700 console if I could just build my own PC at that point.
Right.
Like, a PC has so much more functionality, and I don't know if the Xbox they're making, imagine if it has like a Windows OS or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. But
what about the exclusives?
They don't have shit, bro. I'm kidding.
They don't.
They kind of don't.
They
kind of don't.
They don't. What do we kind of
got
don't? They
Halo
don't.
and
They
got
don't.
Halo and Forza
Nope.
and Gears.
Forza's on PC.
They have everything
Gears
they've
on
had.
PC.
Everything's on PC, boy. Even Halo's on PC.
That's it. It's dead.
But yeah, I don't know.
We're
not the people that ask, because I don't see myself, like, we're all PC people, so we're all gonna have PCs to play Xbox games, and then if we have other consoles, that's what we have them for. Like, this isn't. I don't know who this is for, really.
Your grandmama.
All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, RuneScape, dude.
RuneScape.
They changed the fucking mechanics when you die, dude. This is something I want to rant about.
Isn't that for RuneScape 3? Isn't that what you said?
No, RuneScape, old school RuneScape.
No.
Yep.
You
So
drop gold or what?
no. So back in pre EOC, which is like pre RuneScape 3 before they ruined that shit. Whenever you died in the game, you just died, and you had 15 minutes to go back and get your shit before it appeared for everybody, and they could just loot it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're killing a boss, you die. Better hurry the fuck up and get back there, otherwise people are just gonna loot your shit. So they changed that. They eventually changed that in the original RuneScape to have these gravestones, where now instead of loot appearing and shit, you can go back and loot your gravestone. And people with a certain prayer level, what they could do is they could bless your gravestone to give you extra time to get back to it. And then for old school RuneScape, they changed that to something different. So whenever you died, no matter where you died at, I guess that besides like the wilderness, you had 1 hour to get back to your loot before it appeared to everybody. They changed that just this week. So what they do now is they give you gravestones, kind of like how they did in pre-EOC. But the thing is, you got to pay money to get your stuff back. Anything, I guess, any item that has a grand exchange value of less than 100,000 gold, you get that back for free. but anything higher than 100,000 gold, you have to pay to get it back.
What the fuck?
Right? So people are like complaining like, "Oh, what about dangerous areas? What if you died near a boss?" Well, you can loot it from up to 7 tiles away.
Mhm.
So you can stay out of a dangerous situation. But let's say you die with max gear. You'll be paying like 500,000 or more just to get your stuff back. For example, there's this one boss called Zulra in old school RuneScape where it's a pain in the ass because it's a lot of different rotations you have to learn for just one kill. It took me 50 tries before I could actually get one like perfect kill. And the thing is, before when you died, it was a safe death. There was like an NPC that would gather your items and give them back to you if you died. But now they changed that so you have to pay 100,000 gold in order to retrieve your items, which sucks because it's like, okay, I died 50 times learning this boss. It's not even a. It's like I say more of a mini boss to be honest. Um, I died 50 times. If I would have to pay 100,000 gold each time, that's 5 mil I would have to pay just to learn some PVM content, which sucks. 'Cause it's like with this, it's like it really discourages people from trying new PVM content, especially with max gear. Like some guy was testing like the prices and shit, and he was dying. He was dying on purpose with full on max gear, and he was paying a shit ton of gold. I mean, if you have that kind of gear, it's kind of expected for you to have that kind of money to spend. But it's kind of stupid because it's like now I have to pay money to do something even remotely risky. It's kind of dumb. It's like they always try to incorporate some dumb shit to have a gold sink in the game. Yeah, they're worried about people bots farming gold and real world trading it for real cash, which is kind of annoying because it's like then you're just hurting your own community by making it giving these dumb mechanics that shouldn't really be part of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking dumb. Don't like it. But I guess another thing is if you don't retrieve your items, because you have 15 minutes. Otherwise, your items don't really show up for people to loot. They go to this guy called Death. They just go like, oh, visit Death's office to reclaim your items. And if you have to reclaim it from Death, because you missed your 15-minute mark, the thing is, um, you have to pay 5% of its grand exchange price. So if you think about it, there's this item called the Twisted Bow. It's one of the most expensive items in game, worth 1 billion.
Oh
So
no.
imagine if you died and you couldn't get back to your items in 15 minutes, and then you had to pay 5% of 1 billion gold just to get your one item back. That's fucking stupid,
God damn it. I
right?
don't.
So
Ugh, fuck me.
I don't like the mechanic of having to spend more and more gold
Yeah.
um just to just to do PVM content. That's fucking dumb. Um, what I would like to see is not a lot of PVMers already. They don't really do a lot of like skilling, like farming,
Yeah.
fletching, woodcutting, any of that crap. They don't. Not a lot of them do that. So what I would like to see is if Death has to reclaim your items instead of charging you 5% of the grand exchange total and making you waste your goddamn money. What would be cool would be to implement like a skilling kind of like mini game, not necessarily like a mini game, but more of like a skilling request where it's like if you have to like, oh, go make me these potions, go make me an X amount of these potions, based on your level skill. So it's not gonna be like, oh, fucking go get me these potions that are way beyond your capability, and you'd have to grind for fucking hours, fucking days, weeks to get. So it'd be kind of nice. Like, oh, I need a set of these potions. Okay, well, if it's potions, okay, you need herb lore. You need to gather the mats. You know, you gotta get the herbs. You gotta get the secondaries. You gotta get X amount of shit just to make it. And it's like, and they've already have a way of implementing like a shit from scratch. So instead of saying, hey, go buy me these 10 potions, some idiot could just go to the Grand Exchange and buy them and then hand them
Yeah.
over. That'd be a waste. But there's a way they already implemented where when there are these things called diaries where it's like, oh, make this from scratch, like make a rune scimitar from scratch.
Gotcha.
And when you start making it, you mine the ore, you smelt the ore, and you craft the blade. And each process in the chat log, it shows you step 1 complete, step 2 complete, step 3 complete. So that would be a nice way of indicating that you're actually farming and making these potions from scratch to hand over to death to reclaim your items, instead of having some bullshit where everything's a goddamn money sink in the gold sink in the game. That's I don't know. It's fucking stupid how they implement it. And plus, there were like within the first like 15 minutes of them implementing this change, there was so many fucking exploits already. Like people were breaking and shit. Like do you guys not like test your changes, dude? Fucking it was kind of a shit show of how they implemented it. I mean they patched it pretty quickly, but it's like the fact that they let it get away, like without testing in the beginning, it's kind of stupid.
So
That's why.
Do they is there outrage about this right now?
A lot of people, because like, yeah, there's people that have a lot of money in the game, but for the average player, they don't have a lot of money. So having to spend more money, so a lot of it is heavily cited towards disliking it. But then there's the people that are fucking wealthy as shit in the game. They're like, oh, you guys shouldn't worry about this, and like Jagex doesn't have to give you the option to loot your items. It's like, all right, shut up. It's fucking stupid. There's like the people that are okay with the changes are like the elitists of the game, where it's like,
Yeah,
I play 20
doesn't
hours a
affect them.
day. I don't have a damn job. This is all I do for my fucking job. It's like, all right, dude, calm the fuck down. Not everybody can play this goddamn game for that long. Like some
Alex
people actually have
2.0s.
families, people have jobs, people have other things they do. It's like there's other games out there to play, so it's like it's kind of dumb. I don't like it. That was my rant for that shit.
What do you think?
They should change it.
What do you think they're gonna do to change it? I mean,
Absolutely nothing.
you think?
Why would they change it, bro?
You think?
Guarantee they're not gonna listen. Like
You don't
I
think they're
can't
gonna revert the
imagine.
changes at all? Or
No,
really?
because they've been talking about this for quite a while, but they never actually done the implementation.
That's a little fucking dumb though.
Right.
It'll definitely impact the market system in some way or form because now a lot of people just want to do like blacksmithing and you know
Yeah, and especially with people not wanting to PVM with max gear. So it's like I'm not gonna want to PK or not PK, but I want to like go kill a boss with a twisted bow if I have to pay 5% of 1 billion gold just to get it back.
yeah.
Fuck that shit. It's like
You-
I could see potentially decreasing the value of some items because it's like not everybody's gonna want them anymore because they're afraid of dying with them.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Let's
it's,
see.
it's a stupid way they implemented it. And they really just kind of just shoved it in and said, "This is it." It's like, dude, you should have tested it better. They should have gotten better community feedback.
You really don't think they're gonna do anything to change it?
Mm, no, not that I
Have they
can.
ever have they ever taken things back, like reverted
Uh,
things, or are they
they've,
usually like
they've
made
I
it?
guess they've rolled things back to like if it's like really like game breaking. Like there's this one thing called Bounty Hunter, where they did a lot of changes to the game to the actual Bounty Hunter system. But the thing that they found out was bots were exploiting the fuck out of it and making like billions and billions within hours.
Easy.
And they're just transferring around and selling it for real cash. And they had to literally disable it, like the entire fucking system
Yeah.
of Bounty Hunter, disable it for fucking
So
like months.
it's only when they're losing money.
Yep.
Otherwise,
When it's
no
heavily
reason.
impacting the market or people or bots are exploiting it really hard, then they'll disable it. But if it's just your average community, nah, they won't give a fuck.
Bastards.
Which I think is stupid. I guess the only thing that I guess if you're an Iron Man, which is like you can't trade other players, you're kind of solo in the game.
Nah,
They made it like they made the prices of getting your items back cheaper.
that's a little
Like
dumb
so you get
though.
like 50% off
That's still a
of
little
the actual
dumb.
price. Yeah, exactly. Especially as an Iron Man, where it's already hard enough as it is to
Yeah,
get money because you can't trade other players.
this should have been like, I don't know, a setting on its own.
Hmm
I don't know. That's
Yeah, I don't know. The way they implemented it was stupid as shit.
could you imagine any other MMO doing that? I don't even know if I
Oof.
classify Runescape as
Imagine
an
like
MMO, but
Final Fantasy where you just die, and you just repair your gear. Imagine if you died in Final Fantasy and it's like, oh, you lost all your items, dumbass. Fucking sucks to be you.
here, pay how much was that equipment? Mill. I gotta pay $110,000 on top of that, or $100,000.
Exactly, dude. That'd be
Oh,
freaking garbage, dude.
great.
I don't like it. I
And
wish
then
they
imagine you died because it was somebody else's fault though.
could do
Oh no. Ima-
exactly, dude.